Friends, we are going to start the topic, that is section number 35. This is nothing but deduction. Deduction for expenditure incurred for R&D. Expenditure incurred for R&D, research and development. If you take any product, the product is more successful when you do research and development. Because of COVID, so many companies and so many countries, they started research for the development of the vaccine. No doubt some vaccines are very successful. So all these are possible only because of research as well as development. So government also wanted to encourage the business persons. Why don't you spend the money for research? Best example I will take, go to Hyderabad. Hyderabad is number one for the pharmacy. Now there they are doing continuously R&Ds, laboratories, they are doing R&D. If you see Dr. Reddy Labs or Hetero, or if you go to any medical companies, they are keep on doing R&Ds and they are quoting for patents. And the same way if you go to Chennai, that is number one for the automobile industries. Now different bike models, TVS company, Bajaj company, they are having their plants there. So they are doing research. And next one, take mobiles. Honestly speaking, as far as mobile point of view, India is worst. India rank is worst. We will buy maximum China mobiles. Anyhow, they are successful only because of R&D. So anyhow, now R&D is a compulsory key factor for development of the business. For that purpose, government wanted to give the deduction for that expenditure whatever incurred for carrying research and development. For that, the section 35 has introduced. Okay, chalo. What is section 35? That is deduction for. 35 means deduction. I hope everybody know this point. Section 30 to 37, all these are P&L debits related to P&L expenditure, business expenditure, right? Now first point is section 35 now. What is section 35? Deduction for research and development expenditure. Number one, here three parts are there. First one is in-house research. I repeat, in-house research. Second one is also in-house research. In-house research. First one is in-house research for others, whereas the second part is in-house research only for specified companies. I repeat, only for specified companies, that is the in-house research. And the last one is nothing but, the last part of this topic is nothing but just contribution. Okay, contribution. What is the difference between first and second and third? All of you, the first one is related to our own business or profession. Whatever the business I am doing, for the same business I am spending the money for R&D purpose. That is the meaning of in-house research. But second one also, in-house research means related to my own business, that too I am only carrying R&D. Best example, Dr. Reddy Labs, or else so many pharmacy companies. And the third one, I am unable to do research, or I don't want to do research, but those persons who are doing research, for them I will do money, I will give donations, I will do contribution. That is the third part. Okay, chalo. Friends, here in this topic there are so many amendments, please follow. First point number one, in-house research related to any person other than specified companies. Okay, what is specified companies? I let you know. Number one, here RX 100. Babu, I am not telling cinema name. RX 100 means all revenue expenditure whatever they spent, 100% allowed as deduction. Okay, I will take one illustration. One company called a Cello company, they are manufacturing pens. I hope you know. They are having different varieties of pens. For example, Cello fine grip, Cello 0.5, Cello quick writing, like this different products they are launching. Okay, fine. So for that purpose, they started one laboratory and they are doing research related to pens only. Okay, they are only doing research, that too related to their business. That is called as in-house research. It is applicable to all SSAs other than specified companies. Revenue expenditure, how much you spend, that much is allowed. 100% allowed. They are spending 10 crores for salary to staff, or for the purchase of some chemicals, or some kind of raw material for laboratory purpose. Yes, RX 100%. Next one, capex. Capex means capital expenditure. Honestly speaking, capital expenditure not allowed. In profit and loss account, that is only meant for revenue expenditure. But I am telling you, yes, capital expenditure also allowed as deduction 100%. 100% allowed. This is only for research and development, not for others. Okay. So if you are after all business person, only depreciation only allowed. But here not like that. 100% of the cost of the asset is allowed as deduction. Okay. Next one, land, cost of land. Sorry sir, not at all allowed. Why sir? Sir, land is not at all depreciable. Land is not eligible for depreciation, and land is not eligible for any kind of deduction. So land is not considered for the deduction itself. Okay. Next point, prior period items. Prior period items, student doubt whether it is allowed or not allowed. Answer, yes, allowed. Allowed sir, how many years sir? That is the question. Listen friends, it is not like a magic. If I say abracadabra, nothing will happen, right? We need to do groundwork. If you want to start anything, it will take some gestation period. Okay, chalo. For example, one company called as X Limited, they wanted to research on the washing powder. Okay, for that purpose they wanted to start the research in the year 2022-23. Suppose we are in this year, but overnight that is not possible, right? So they have to do groundwork. For example, they started the groundwork in 18-19, 19-20, 20-21, 21-22. Last 4 years they incurred so much of revenue expenditure and so much of capital expenditure, like this they incurred. So all the things are incurred for the purpose of R&D purpose. Okay. So finally their business commenced on the particular data. Okay, in this year the R&D commenced. So this day onwards we will take P&L debits. That is okay. But now my point is, what about this prior period expenditure? Whether it is allowed or not allowed? Generally not at all allowed, because in profit and loss account we will take only revenue expenditure. That too, that expenditure related to this present year is only considered. Correct? But here the beauty of research and development expenditure is as simple as that. That is allowed as deduction even though it is pertaining to prior period, but maximum 3 years expenditure only allowed. Okay. So the RX, revenue expenditure slash capex, incurred for last 3 years immediately preceding to the year of commencement of business, only last 3 years only allowed. Sir, in this illustration I spent the amount for 4 years. Sorry sir, not allowed. Not allowed. Only 3 years only allowed. Okay, chalo. So RX or capex incurred for a period of 3 years only allowed as deduction. Last 3 years itself allowed as deduction, except perquisite. I repeat, except perquisite. Perquisites are not at all allowed. Okay, chalo. So this is the part as per in-house research is concerned. So revenue expenditure 100% allowed, capital expenditure 100% allowed, cost of land not at all allowed. Next one, prior period expenditure, RX or capex, both are allowed as deduction only pertaining to the last 3 years. That's all. But perquisites, whatever the perquisites given to staff members during prior period, that is not at all eligible for deduction. Okay, chalo. Next point, very important point, in-house research by specified companies. The point is that must be related to own business or profession. Okay, own business, point number 1. And number 2, that must be carried by only companies carrying specified businesses. What are the specified businesses here? That is biotechnology, or else that is telecommunication. These kind of businesses you have to do. Biotechnology, the best example, if you come to Hyderabad, one beautiful company is there, Santa Biotech, who invented vaccine for the hepatitis B, for your info. So that kind of company is only eligible for this deduction, in-house research deduction. How much percentage? RX, once upon a time 200% like this. Nowadays impossible, 100% only allowed. RX 100%, CapEx 100%, cost of land not at all allowed. Prior period expenditure same. Only the expenditure RX or CapEx incurred for a period of last 3 years only allowed as deduction except perquisite. So for your info, the provisions for the in-house research for others and in-house research for the companies both are one and the same. This is the important amendment. Your student will have the doubt. Then what is the benefit to specified companies here? Friends, once upon a time benefits are given. Nowadays there is no such benefit. Straight away 100% is the deduction. That's all. But once upon a time 200%, 150% like this weighted deductions are allowed. But nowadays no more weighted deductions with respect to section 35 research and development is concerned. Okay, next come to the contribution. So contribution to approved laboratories or contribution to approved universities or contribution to approved institutions, scientific research institutions, or approved colleges, or IIT campuses, or else national laboratories, DRDO, etc. Whatever the amount of contribution given by the person, business person, is eligible for 100% deduction. That's all. Here no more discussions, no more weighted deductions, straight away 100%. But once upon a time the provisions are different: 100, 125%, 175%, 200%. Nowadays all the things are washed out. Nothing is there, straight away 100% is the deduction. No more weighted deduction with respect to expenditure incurred for carrying scientific research or else contribution given to approved university or approved institutions or approved colleges who are engaged in the activity of R&D. Okay, chalo. So now see the provision, everybody. Section 35. Deduction for expenditure incurred for R&D, research and development. There are three parts. First one, in-house research related to own business, applicable to all other assessees. RX 100%, CapEx 100%, cost of land not at all allowed. Prior period expenditure, yes, RX or CapEx incurred for a period of 3 years before date of commencement of business except perquisite will be allowed as deduction. Come to section 35 2AB, that is in-house research for own business. The two applicable only for companies which are engaged in the activity of manufacturing or biotechnology or telecommunication, etc. RX 100%, CapEx 100%, cost of land not at all allowed. Prior period expenditure, that is also 100%, that is RX or CapEx incurred for a maximum period of 3 years only eligible for deduction. Same. So in-house research for others and in-house research for companies both are one and the same. Please come to contribution part. Contribution to approved company, contribution to scientific research institutions, contribution to colleges, contribution for social sciences or statistical sciences, or contribution to IIT campuses, or contribution to national laboratories, or contribution to approved scientific institutions or organizations, only 100% only allowed. There is no weighted deduction with respect to contribution to national laboratories or contribution to IITs or contribution to anything. No question of weighted deduction. Okay, chalo. So this is the information. Now it is time for other information now. Friends, now other information. Number 1, section 30, that is for billing rent expenses, billing rent, billing repairs, insurance, local rates, land revenue, municipal taxes which are paid for building which is used for business or provision. 31, furnished and fixtures, etc. Friends, if I say R&D, research and development, whether it is revenue or capital, only you have to say section 35. No other expenses are allowed under any other provisions. Okay, see the word. No other expenses will be allowed except section 35. So if I say R&D, No second thought. Simply you can say that is nothing but section 35. Rent paid for laboratory building. Yes, section 35. Furniture repairs for laboratory, section 35. Whatever the expenditure you incurred for the purpose of R&D, that is section 35, nothing else. 30, 31, 32, all the things are not at all applicable. Other sections not applicable except section 35. Number 1. Number 2, depreciation allowed or not allowed? That is the question. Answer, no depreciation will be allowed because 100% cost of the asset is already allowed as deduction here. That building cost 100% here allowed. Which building? Only those buildings which are acquired for the purpose of R&D, 100% allowed. Plant and machinery 100% allowed, provided if it is purchased for R&D. Sir, whenever you purchased and you have taken full amount of deduction, then where is the question of WDV? The WDV is 0, no? Whenever WDV is 0, where is the question of depreciation? So no depreciation will be allowed as cost of the asset taken as a deduction. So depreciation is not at all allowed. Okay, next point. Land is not eligible for deduction. As I told you earlier, land is not eligible for any kind of deduction. Cost of land is not at all allowed as deduction. Building, yes, 100% only allowed, but 100% only. No weighted deduction, nothing else. Next one, there are two case laws. One, SSC, what they did, they purchased the bus for transportation of employees from one place to laboratory. Now tell me whether the bus is eligible or not. Assessing officer said, I will not allow bus, or TV said, I will not allow all the things as a deduction. They went to court of law. So the court observed the point that the buses are exclusively used for the transportation of the employees related to R&D. Yes, in that case, that is allowed as deduction. Next point. There is one R&D building. Here another R&D building. There another R&D building. So among these buildings, we wanted to construct the connecting roads. So roads for connecting R&D buildings, that is also allowed as deduction. So roads laid for connecting one by one R&D buildings, that is also allowed as deduction. That's all. Next point, very important point, very important amendment. Follow. This is as for the Finance Act 2020, and long back only this amendment was made, but effective from this previous year 2021 itself. See the word, with effect from previous year 2021, the deduction is restricted to 100% of the cost of the asset. No weighted deduction. That means once upon a time, if you spent 100 rupees, 125 rupees allowed as deduction. No way. 175%, no way. 150%, no way. 200%, no way. So as far as section 35 itself is concerned, maximum deduction is 100%. That's all. No weighted deduction, nothing else. Only 100% is allowed as deduction. Okay, chalo. Now another important point, very important point. This is the amendment. No deduction under section 35 is allowed with respect to SSC's opted alternative tax regime under section 115 BAC, 115 BAD, 115 BAB. Friends, now in the Finance Act 2020, Nirmala Sitharaman ma'am, she introduced alternative tax system, tax regime they started. Those who wanted to follow alternative tax regime, for that persons, section 35 deduction not at all allowed. So deduction under section 35 will not be allowed with respect to SSCs who opted alternative tax regime under section 115 BAC, 115 BAD, 115 BAB. This is the amendment. Very important point. Take care. Friends, the next part is unabsorbed capital expenditure. So the treatment of the unabsorbed capital expenditure related to R&D is the same as unabsorbed depreciation. It also can be carried forward for any number of years and it can be adjusted against any income except salary. Okay. What is unabsorbed capital expenditure related to R&D? See the word. If full deduction cannot be given to scientific research capital expenditure in a previous year because of the absence or insufficiency of profits, then such expenditure which could not be claimed shall be known as unabsorbed capital expenditure on scientific research. Its treatment shall be same as unabsorbed depreciation. Okay, it also will have the same effect of unabsorbed depreciation. Friends, now we are going to see the next topic, that is nothing but transfer of research and development assets. Our next topic is transfer of R&D asset. Now, Mr. X, he purchased one plant and machinery for the purpose of R&D related to own business for rupees 100 lakh. No doubt, the moment when you purchased and used for R&D, he will take the entire amount of 100 lakh as a P&L debit, section 35. That is cost of plant and machinery, that is 100 lakh. That's all. But what happened? You have to use the asset only for R&D purpose. But what our friend he did, he wanted to sell the R&D plant and machinery in the market, open market. He wanted to sell it out. Finally, he sold the same in the market for rupees 80 lakhs. Now, what is the consequences of this one? Point number one, whenever you sold the R&D assets directly like this, in that case, least of the following is taxable. How much? Small a, selling price. At what rate you sold the asset? That is for 80 lakhs. Or else, small b, what was the deduction you claimed under section 35? So, I claimed earlier, that is 100 lakh. So, 100 lakh or 80 lakh, whichever is lower is taxable as income. That is, sale of R&D assets is taxable. That's all. The logic as simple as that. You promised me that you are going to use the asset for carrying research and development, but subsequently you cheated me by selling the property in outside market. Therefore, tit for tat. Earlier you have taken deduction, right? Now I want to take as a credit. What is the credit? Selling price or deduction, whichever is lower is taxable as a business income. Okay, chalo. But your student should get the doubt, sir, really that product is not at all useful, therefore I sold it as a scrap. Suppose really if you sold it as a scrap for 0 paisa, then automatically selling price is 0, deduction claimed earlier is 100 lakh, whichever is lower means 0. Okay. Suppose you sold for 10 rupees only, then selling price 10 rupees or deduction 100 lakh, whichever is lower is 10 rupees, that is only taxable. So really if you genuine reason if you sold it out, like that is not at all useful or that became scrap, there is no marketability, no use at all, in the following cases, least of the following is taxable. How much is the selling price you realized, or how much is the deduction, whichever is less. But what happened? Some persons wanted to cheat the government. How you know? They will buy the asset and take 100% deduction and they will subsequently sell it out. Suppose you sold for 90 lakh. Yes, selling price is 90 lakh, deduction is 100 lakh, whichever is lower, 90 lakh is taxable. Next, some persons will sell for 100 lakh, then selling price is 100 lakh, deduction is also 100 lakh, whichever is lower is nothing but 100 lakh is taxable. So 100 lakh P&L debit allowed earlier and 100 lakh is taxable. Both will get knock off. That's all. This is the concept called as sale of R&D assets. Okay. But one small change. I bought the asset for 100 lakh. I took the deduction also 100 lakh. But subsequently I sold for 120 lakh. Friends, when you sold the asset for 120 lakh, then automatically selling price or deduction, whichever is lower only taxable. That is nothing but 100 lakh is taxable. But wait. Your selling price of the capital asset is exceeding cost of the asset. Therefore, capital gain will arise. So transfer of R&D asset is also subject to capital gain tax, provided if the cost of the asset and the selling price we need to compare, and if the selling price is over and above purchase price, then automatically selling price minus cost of the asset is taxable under the head capital gain. So 120 lakh minus 100 lakh, that is nothing but 20 lakh is taxable as a capital gain. That's all. Some people may get the doubt, sir, double taxation? No way. Out of 120 lakh, 100 lakh is taxable as a business income, and the balance 20 lakh is taxable as a capital gains. That's all. So if anybody sold the asset, R&D asset, directly in the open market, then the treatment is as follows. All of you, here are two possibilities. Possibility number one, sold without using for the business, directly sold it out, or else sold after using for the business or provision. So first let me start with the sold without put to use for own business. That means directly R&D lab to open market we sold it out. Then answer, taxable. First point, business income. How much? Least of the following. Small a, selling price of the asset, or else small b, deduction claimed under section 35, whichever is lower is taxable. Suppose if selling price, if the selling price is more than the cost, then capital gain also will arise. So if selling price is exceeds cost, then automatically the difference between selling price and cost is also taxable under that capital gains. That's all, ma. With this we done with the first part, that is sale of R&D assets without using for carrying business or provision. Now other part, second part, very important part. Follow same example, one small change. All of you see, Mr. X he purchased plant and machinery for 100 lakh for carrying R&D. Therefore in profit and loss account he took the deduction. So section 35, that is deduction for the purpose of R&D, purchase of capital asset 100 lakh he has taken as a deduction. Okay, now what happened, that product is not that useful nowadays for R&D purpose. Therefore he wanted to introduce this asset into own business. Already in his business, already plant and machineries are there. For example, 900 lakh worth of plant and machinery WDV pool is there. I told you already earlier, in case of section 32, Income Tax Act section 32, depreciation will be allowed on block concept. Block means that is pool of assets which comprising of the assets which belongs to same class as well as having same rate of depreciation. So the block of plant and machinery is 900 lakhs. This is normal assets, not R&D, normal assets. Now what happened, this R&D plant and machinery I wanted to introduce into the business. That means instead of selling in the market directly, first from lab to normal office for carrying business or provision we introduce. Then what is the treatment? Very simple treatment. First, when you are introducing like this, we need to add in the block only. What is the block here? Plant and machinery block. Already opening WDV 900 lakh is there, no? There you have to add what? Plant and machinery, which was earlier used for scientific research and development or research and development R&D. How much? I purchased for 100 lakhs, right? Here I need to take how much, 0, 0, 0. Answer, that value shall be considered at 0 only. The reason as simple as that. Already you have taken 100% deduction. Therefore, the WDV of the particular asset will be the 0. So, when you are using the asset into the business, when you are introducing the asset, R&D asset into the business, you have to add that cost of plant and machinery as a 0. That's all. Over. Suppose in future, if you want to sell the same in outside market, then that amount you have to deduct, selling price you have to deduct. Suppose The same asset I sold in the market for 80 lakh. Yes, that 80 lakh in future in the year of sale we will deduct. That's all. The balance will come into picture. So friends, the treatment is as simple as that. If you are directly selling, one type of answer. If you are selling the asset by introducing into the own business, then answer would be different. So now we can see the second part. Follow. The transfer of scientific research asset sold after using the asset for the purpose of business. Then there are two possibilities. Possibility number one, added to block of assets. Added to block of assets at the rate of actual cost shall be taken as nil. That is nothing but explanation 1 to section 43.1. If you see the WDV, actual cost part, there those assets which are purchased for R&D, that WDV will be the 0. Okay, come to the next one. In case of subsequent sale, no, the selling price shall be reduced from the block of asset. For that purpose, section 50 depreciable asset concept as well as section 43 subsection 6 that provision shall be applied. Okay, now I want to compare both. Follow friends. R&D asset, first one is direct sale. That means without use for business. Without use for business. In that case, answer as simple as that. Taxable as business income first. That is nothing but deemed business income. Least of the following. Small a, selling price. Small b, deduction already claimed earlier under section 35. Whichever is less is a business income. Next one, capital gain also may arise. Capital gain is equal to selling price minus cost of asset. That's all. This is the topic with respect to sale of R&D asset directly without put to use for the business. Second part, that is R&D asset used in business, own business and sold. Then answer as simple as that. Point number one, whenever the R&D asset sold after put to use, then first of all it should be added to block of assets at the cost nil, and afterwards you have to reduce the selling price from the value of block. That's all. This is the treatment of sale of R&D assets are concerned.